Virginie, thank you so much for joining our Life in Digital Can Captures podcast. And we're here on the lovely Freewheel beach. If we were to turn the camera around, we'd have the lovely ocean out there.
We do.
So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very happy. I think we had this conversation a year ago, so I'm very happy to continue this year again.
Right, yeah, that's it, isn't it? We have a habit then of meeting up in lovely locations in France, right? We'll have to keep it going.
Sure.
Amazing. Well, I think maybe for the listeners who didn't hear that last podcast, would you mind introducing yourself and telling us a bit about Freewheel?
Of course, I'm very happy to. So my name is Virginie Dremeaux, and I am VP of Marketing and Communications International for Comcast Advertising. And for those who don't know Comcast Advertising, we are part of the Comcast group.
Of course.
And in the scope of Comcast Advertising, we have the ad tech business with Freewheel. So obviously this is the Freewheel beach.
Yes.
And also we have some media business that we are overseeing, which is Comcast Advertising Media Solutions.
Amazing. All right. Well, thank you for the intro there. And of course, I know you have taken over a whole section here at the beach. How's Cannes been for you?
Well, I have to say it takes a year and a village to create this kind of event, but really it's been an amazing week. We can there meet, of course, all of our clients on the publisher side, on the buy side, and in a perfect setting. But also that's an amazing opportunity to meet like new partners, potential partners, people from the industry, and also sometimes competitors, and to hear from all these people really helps us to understand the evolution of our advertising ecosystem.
Yeah.
And especially when it comes to our favorite scope, which is the premium video.
Absolutely, yeah. And meet people like Ludacris, who you had here last night as well. that doesn't
was
hurt.
Amazing.
I hear, yeah.
Top of the town.
Yeah, it really, really is, right? It really is. So have you done Cannes much before yourself then?
Yeah, so I started kind of a few years ago when I was a client. I was with the publishers on the publisher side.
Wow.
And then now I'm with the ad tech side. And so I've done a few Cannes, but I have to say probably this one has been the busiest I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So many people. So the industry is definitely very vivid.
Yeah, I was going to say it must have changed and evolved so much. And we've heard that as well, that they're a lot busier this year. Is there anything else that you've noticed change over the years?
I mean, we hear a lot that TV is somehow dying or, not in such a good shape. I think what we experienced yesterday. So, of course, in the evening we had Ludacris, but during the day we had a great collaboration with our cousin from NBCU.
Right.
And they had so many talents from their different TV channels on the stage. And so we had an amazing live experience, like with Jimmy Fallon, who came on stage. And so definitely we could see that TV is not dead, but very far from dead.
Yes, I caught actually a talk a couple of days ago with Channel 4 and Sky. We'll hear all of them would really, really sing the praises of TV, and it's absolutely not dead, right? So it's great to hear that from you. Well, it would be good to maybe hear from you as well. What is one thing that's happening in your industry at the moment? And maybe can you tell us how Freewheel are addressing it?
Yes, sure. So I think it's part of what we just started to discuss. We have a significant evolution of the distribution models, of the viewership model. So people are more and more watching video. That's a no-brainer, but they are watching it on different screens and in a more fragmented way. So for the publishers, that's very complicated to navigate. And so what we are just seeing is that now there is a big need for simplification. For the viewers, of course, but also when it comes to advertising. When you think about the buy side and the brands specifically, we understand that it's kind of a nightmare to navigate if you need to make your media plan. In the past years, probably some years ago, you would just need to make a few phone calls and then you would have your campaign up and running. Now, if you want to have your campaign, definitely that needs to be like to have access to much, much more inventory pools. And so that's difficult to understand and to make the right decision. So where we stand now is that definitely we want to simplify that. So the overarching message that we want to carry, and especially here, is like there is a need for simplification.
Yeah, absolutely. And I hear that as well. The fragmentation of everything's difficult to bring together. So what are Freewheel doing to simplify that? Like what's the solution you're trying to bring?
We have a very strong belief in the fact that there is a need for collaboration in the ecosystem. And so we are working with, like, for example, if we take France, all the broadcasters. And we feel like, again, this need of simplification means that at some point there is a need also to have like standardization in the inventories, the attributes, the one-stop shop opportunity where there is just one single access point to several inventories, when you could transact against different pools of inventories, different pools of publishers, and optimize against these different pools, not just being in silos. And so definitely what we hear and what we want to promote here is this need for alliance. Okay. And we made a big announcement 2 days ago here with, you mentioned Sky, Channel 4 and ITV. Yeah. They announced that they intend to launch a marketplace in 2026 powered by Freewheel, where they will put the addressable inventories all together in the same place, helping the smaller businesses, but also all kind of brands to access the inventories in just one single shop. Wow. Which is an amazing opportunity, first because it's the first time that these broadcasters will collaborate in such an initiative, but also for the brands, it will really bring something that they were looking for and just finding with the tech players, giant tech players until now. And it's super exciting to be able to bring that also to the world of the TV and the broadcasters.
Of course. Yeah, that's really exciting seeing them all collaborate like that, isn't it? So that's fantastic. Well, maybe as a final thought, it's good to look forwards. And I know you mentioned that's just starting. So I'm sure there'll be lots of sort of evolutions of things in the next 12 months. If we were to have this conversation again in another year's time now, what may we be talking about then? What's next?
Well, I think I will continue on this idea. I hope that this platform will be launched and that it will be up and running, but not just for the UK, but probably other countries as well. And that it will be just like if you are, let's say, a brand and it's Friday and you want to spend your budget in a way that is quick and efficient. Right. You can turn to this TV opportunity and just go to the platform, enter your credit card, everything about you. Maybe you need a creative that will also be created in the platform with the AI and everything. And so that in 1 year from now, we will just celebrate that this platform has been launched and that it is very successful with the brands that today don't access the TV inventories.
Yeah, true. I have no doubt that we will be celebrating that for sure.
Yeah, let's have a rendezvous here.
Yeah,
a year from now.
Absolutely. Well, that sounds good. Well, Virginie, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your time in Cannes, okay? Lovely to see you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.